Hello everyone and welcome back to I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, and let's just continue where we left off. Okay, well, obviously we're going to get a birthday thing after we finish this month. But what do we want to do before that? Well, as much as I would like to go back to the ridges, I don't really want to spend the month after that resting, do I? Or... I mean, the one after that will be his birthday, so fine. Let's go and hope that we don't get injured. Survey the ridge. Let's see if we can get any further. Now, unfortunately, I think that means that we... Oh, it's been reset? Oh, because it's a new year, of course. Well, that's a bit annoying. Yeah, we've already seen that. Search for water. There we go. Yeah, we found our canteen. Let's grab that again. Let's go this way. You haven't been down into the deepest crevices of the ridges, where the crystals grow thick and the air is stagnant and dead. It's already sweltering on the ridges, but in the chasms, you can see the heat warping the air almost like it's a permanent fog. Utopia says the air is so thick and still that you can't even use your glider down there. At least one thing survives in the haze, though. While you take a break for lunch one day, you can see flickers of silver dart in and out of the fog, like ripples of light on a lake. As you unpack your tiffin box, the silver flashes come up out of the fog and begin to surround you. They're animals, eyeless, almost translucent creatures, about the length of your arm, trailing meters-long tentacles behind them. Their mournful hooting is magical and strange. You look them up on your holopalm. Oh, air squid babies. Wait, air squids are predators. That doesn't sound good. Okay. You duck behind some roots and keep perfectly still as the creepy creatures float around and past you. They don't seem to be hunting for food. They must be on their way somewhere. Until they suddenly turn back and zero in on your location, you find yourself surrounded by curious baby air squid as their tentacles begin to parse over the ground looking for you. You're not gonna get eaten today. You leave your tiffin and bolt, paying no heed to the noise you're making as rocks clatter down the side of the chasm. As you run, you swear you run right past someone. What? Where did he come from? Behind you, you think you hear him make a low hooting noise. By the time you realize the air squid are no longer chasing you, he's gone. Ah, that person that saved me once before. Most likely. Even though that was not this zone, but I'm sure they can travel too. There's a strange heat haze shimmer. Alright, yes. Investigate. the faster you move, the faster the mirage disperses, yeah? Yes. This is nuts. Certainly is weird. Interesting, though, that we didn't get the same options there. The sun goes behind a cloud and you feel a light splattering of rain. Let's look up this time. A herd of float cows are bobbing overhead like hot air balloons drifting west in the prevailing winds. You've seen these creatures being milked in the colony's farms. During migration season, their helium sacs swell to make them lighter than air so they can safely travel great distances. You've also heard what they use for ballast. That wasn't rain at all. It was float cow piss. You try to dodge another shower, but it splatters down on you, soaking your head and shoulders. Ah, gross. At least the heat makes it evaporate quickly. Probably still gonna stink, though. Right, this place. This one... Oh. That's not what was here last time. Interesting. You find your way blocked by a massive wall. No, a hollow pillar. Knocked over and lying on its side in the sand. Is absolutely massive. It stretches to your left and right at least a kilometer in each direction, though at some point it's crumbled enough that you could likely scale over it. Check it out. Noise. You follow the pillar to its base, a large pyramid almost entirely lost under the sand. You brush away some of the sand and find that the pyramid is inscribed on all sides with pictures of, well, wormholes, you think. This pillar must have once stretched up into the sky. Maybe it was some kind of observatory or sacred building or just a monument to the wormhole. Mysterious. Yeah. I need to go home soon, though. Oh? Ah, the crystal. Interesting. Yeah, fine. You're treated to a spectacular sight. Alright, yes. Take some readings. Yep, go home. The investigation into the bombing during the Glow attack continues all month. Governor Lum and his goons can't find a way to pin it on any of the Stratos, and over time, people come to accept that Dis was probably the culprit. The rumor doesn't make anyone feel better, but it does take the heat off the others, including yourself. As usual for this time of year, your dreams have been more vibrant and invasive. You have trouble distinguishing dream from reality during the day, and you dread falling asleep at night. Huh? How did that Hawkeye get into your bedroom? Follow it? You chase it out your balcony door and find yourself on a thickly wooded path, the mushwood pressing in close on every side. The light is weird here, pink and glittering, casting teal shadows. The Hawkeye disappears down a hole in the ground, and without thinking, you dive after it, squeezing your shoulders to fit through. You tumble into a cave, beautiful and surreal, shimmering with a light that seems to come from within. When you take a step forward, granules of pink sand crunch underfoot. The cave opens out to a forest that seems lifted from a fairy tale. The sunlight beams through breaks in the trees, illuminating a path of mushroom-ringed stepping stones that lead you to a small cottage. You spot the Hawkeye hurrying further down the path. Kinda want to visit the cottage, but I mean, let's keep following. Past the cottage is a field dotted with hunched-over figures. You watch them tend the crops with simple robotic motions, not caring as you tromp through their work. Their straw hats and overalls look tattered, and when you pass close to one, you realize they're not human at all. They're made of metal. Sightless glass eyes stare back at you, metal faces pockmarked with rust. The rasp of their terrible creaking floods your ears like a cloud of cicadas. The closest robot turns to you. Its glass eyes shine red and it grabs you by the wrist. Its grip is painful, bringing you to your knees in the loamy dirt. It pushes you down, planting you like a seed. The ground swallows you and you can't even cry out. You're falling. You land hard on solid ground, your breath whooshing from you. It's hot here, impossibly hot. Yeah, it's the ridges. The twin suns beat down on you, burning your skin on contact, and the air is almost painful to breathe. In all directions stretches a barren wasteland of dead trees, like bones puncturing the dry skin of the planet. You rise from the dusty, cracked earth and begin to walk, stumbling over the bones of unknown creatures. You don't know where you're walking, only that the horizon doesn't change. The red sky just stretches overhead, like a great bowl of heat pressing down on you. A great roar shakes you, and you turn to see a chimeric nightmare, a manticore, but with Governor Lum's face? He towers over you from a podium, his claws clacking and his tail thrashing as he proselytizes? Okay, don't know what that means. "We, primeval forest felling," he chants. "We, the river stemming, piercing deep the mines within. We, the surface broad surveying. We, the virgin soil upheaving." Overhead, the sky is streaked with smoke. You hear a rumbling in the distance. Stand to face it. You plant your legs and refuse to look away from the beast. With a yell from behind you, Mars appears and swings a sword made of light at the Lum abomination. Its head rolls across the dirt, but it continues to speak. You turn from the scene and walk away, feeling the memory of it cling to you as you push and claw your way through to another reality. You stumble forwards into a dark, glowing forest. Blessedly cool air brushes your cheeks, thick with moisture and making your face wet as if you've been crying. I guess this is a swamp then. The path wends upwards, flanked by humanoid figures carrying candles. Some are wearing robes, some armor, some lab coats and envirus suits and formal wear. Some are elderly and some barely 10 years old. All turn to look at you and you realize with a jolt, they're you. Every single one of them is you. You see yourself reflected in their eyes as they gaze upon you dispassionately, a line of possibilities stretching out as far as you can see. The Hawkeye crouches between the ranks and gazes solemnly out as you pass. You walk steadily upward, feeling their unflinching gaze follow you. Overhead, the wormhole hangs in the sky like an overripe fruit, bending the heavy branch of space and time towards you. It's so close, you feel as if you could touch it. You stretch your hand out, seeking. You wake up. Oh? Right. Milky quiet sunlight pours through your window, flakes of bromide snow piling up against the glass. You feel as tired as when you went to bed. It's your birthday, you're 19 years old, only one more year as a teenager. Wow. Not even a celebration. That sucks. I am going to need to rest or relax. Guess I could also see if I can gift another piece of wood to Rex. Hello. Rex is as Rex always is, flitting around from task to task and not letting stress get to him. He gives you a jaunty wave as you approach. "Hey, yes, Elaine," he calls out. "Working hard or hardly working?" He elbows you in the side, winking. "Could use some more of the latter myself." Yes, needs 80. Got your present? Yeah. Nothing a dog likes more than a stick, right? Something like that. And let's relax. Mars and Rex have similar levels of shame, that is, none at all. Whenever they're in the lounge together, you're tempted to turn your hear speak all the way up, just so you don't have to hear them flirt. Wow, yeah, I would too if I was interested in someone. Maybe it's just you, but if you were part dog, you'd think it's a little demeaning to have someone call you their pet and joke about getting you a leash. Luckily, Rex doesn't seem to mind, just like he's so easygoing about everything else. You have to avert your eyes when Mars gives him tummy rubs, but that's their business. Not that I really think that anything is gonna happen, because, yeah. I mean, it's called I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, so I'm guessing this is the last year? Let's just go and do some engineering to pass the month. Oh, wait, no. Actually, let's go and do biology. Or, well, xenobotany. Because we collected that sample from the ridge. So let's see what we can find out. You've been studying the sponge cake you found out in the Valley of Vertigo in that oddly squishy trampoline-y ground, right? Forgot about that. As you suspected, it is a type of fungus. The analysis bench tells you it contains edible starches. Once dried and processed with a maturing agent, acidic spark snow would work nicely. It will make a wonderful flour. Nice. The challenge now is to cultivate it. It multiplies quickly, and you've seen how it stops anything else from growing near it. Plant it in a backfield. You plant the sponge cake in a special field quarantined on the other side of the geoponics domes from the rest of the crops. By the end of the month, you can already tell that it's taken root and will start producing viable food soon. Hopefully, you can squeeze a harvest out of what you planted before dust comes. Many of the earth crops grow through dust and need to be harvested before wet. This means the colony has more food available year-round. It's going to be an incredible boon. Awesome. You've had a project going in the greenhouse lab for a few years now, splicing the genomes of plants from both Earth and Vertumna, trying to come up with a way to make Earth plants more likely to take root and flourish in the nitrogen-weak Vertumnan soil. Gene tech has always been a part of your life. Everyone you know has some sort of genetic enhancement, and some have had large-scale gene editing later in life, like Tangent's transition. You know it's possible, but your knowledge of Vertumnan genomes isn't as complete as the human genome. The trick is finding exactly the right Vertumnan genes to splice into exactly the right Earth plant. So, can you do it? Will today be the day you make that breakthrough? It's science time! It's a hard one, though. But we do have that. Hey, I managed to do it. You double-check Congress's simulations 100 times, and the results are always the same. A truly viable genome composed of genes from both Earth and Vertumna, and in every chemical simulation Congress can run, it successfully takes root and flourishes. You look at the tiny, barely sprouted plants. This could be the beginning of a new era of agriculture on this planet. Too bad you didn't have this years ago when you really needed it. But better late than never. May no future generations ever have to suffer like you did. You can't wait to take this knowledge and use it on other Earth plants. Strawberries, bananas, kiwis, all the delicate plants that need such careful tending in hydroponics, growing strong in Vertumnan soil, feeding the colony for generations to come. You wish your parents were here to see this. Congress is proud of you, but it's not quite the same. You'll earn twice the kudos working in the lab from now on in recognition of your contribution to the colony's continued survival. You visit your mom's little garden. There's a small shrine set up in memory of her and your father, her favorite flowers, his old boots. On Earth, they used to put whole bodies into boxes and bury them underground. The colonies always skipped the decomposition step, using a process to quickly render bodies into nutrient-rich mulch. Your mom and dad stipulated that their remains would be used here, added to the dirt they tended so lovingly in life. Sitting here feels like they could be just around the corner. Leave a gift. Let's leave a yellow flower. You leave a gift at the shrine. Your burdens and your pockets feel a little lighter. You hear footsteps behind you and the creaking of the little garden gate. Cal kneels beside you and gazes at the shrine. I miss them too, he murmurs. I know I already have more parents than the average person, but your mom and dad were kind of like my parents too. They taught me everything I know about agriculture and how to care for animals. He smiles sadly. I hope I can be half the farmer they were. Yeah, sure. It's been years, but you'll miss them forever. Cal holds your hand and rubs your back and lets you know it's okay to take the day off if you want. How do you like being chief cultivator? Well, no one really wanted the job, Cal replies. He scratches his fingers in the loamy dirt as he speaks. Your parents were kind of... well, without them, no one really comes close. Most everyone else who works in geoponics, they're just semi-skilled workers who don't know as much of the actual science as they did. They really pushed me to learn that stuff too, he says. You know, nitrogen cycles and soil chemistry and veterinary science. So I guess everyone just kind of thought I could train up at it. He sighs and rubs his chin, leaving an earthy smear. It's not like I want the job, he admits. I mean, I'm only 20. What do I know about running a farm? But the way the other people in geoponics talk about it, it's like they think it's cursed. He stops and smiles apologetically. I'm sorry. I'm sure it's not really cursed. Mostly, Cal continues, everyone here is just doing the same job they always were. I'm supposed to go to council meetings, but I just let them make decisions and they tell me what to do. You and Cal sit and contemplate your parents' memorial shrine for a while longer. Eventually, Cal has to get back to work. He lets you know it's okay to take the day off if you need to. Okay, well, let's go and give a birthday cake to the birthday boy. Rex yawns and scratches his stomach. It's as good a day as any to enjoy the miracle of existence, I guess, he says and shoots you a thumbs up. Not much more I could ask for, really. But how about a cake? Rex beams as you unveil his birthday cake. You remembered! He cheers. Thank you, thank you, thank you! You're welcome. Oh? Rex beams when he sees you walking towards him. Selene, he calls. Just the person I wanted to see. You duck under the shade of an overhanging bit of construction. I wanted to talk to you about something, Rex starts without preamble. I wanted to talk about us. You're right, we should talk about it. First of all, this is like a totally no-pressure conversation, okay? Rex says. He looks more genuine than you've seen before. I like everyone, and I love kissing people. I just wanna, check in with you. Because we did that, and I really liked it, you know? I wanna do it more. Rex leans into your space, fixing you with a flirtatious look. I just wanna know where you're at. What do you want from me? Alright. So, we're going to go for this one. Not that one. I like you. Will you be my boyfriend? Rex's eyes go wide. What? He stammers, standing up straight. He points at himself. Me? Really? Rex links his fingers behind his head and rocks back on his heels. I've never really dated anyone before, he confesses. I love people and I really like fooling around with people, but those aren't always the same people, if you catch what I'm saying. It's like how I love Nomi Nomi, but I don't want to be sexy with them. And I've definitely hooked up with people I didn't really feel anything for, just because it was fun and we both wanted to. He stops rocking and takes your hands. If you're okay with that, I think we could have a lot of fun and just see where it goes. I mean, probably. I mean, isn't it always? But yeah, let's go for that one. Yeah, we should date. Really? Rex says, perking up. You didn't realize how nervous he must have been until he hits you with a gigawatt smile, the full force of his excitement. You want to date me? I want to date you. That's galactic, he exclaims. I don't know what to do next. Me neither. What do we do now? Rex asks you. Usually after I tell someone I want to kiss them, we just kiss. Is it different when you're dating? He claps his hands to his cheeks like his radiant smile hurts his face. I'm overthinking it. Let's just kiss him. You have mercy on Rex and pull him in for a kiss, deep and languid. He melts into you, making a happy noise in the back of his throat as you embrace each other. Wow, he murmurs into your kiss. Those kind of kisses are just, on tap now. Okay, I could get used to this. Well, okay, that's good. Seeing as I was saying that I was doubting it was going to happen, so I'm glad that it did. Anyway, I am going to end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider leaving a like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!